Hi guys, I'm Embry and this is Embry's Corner. Welcome back to my channel. If you watch, subscribe, welcome. If you return, if you watch, subscribe, welcome back to my channel. I am back today with another video. Today's video is let's just get, if you like to see this video, please stick around. Let's get into it. So let's go back a couple months, and when I tell y'all this was the biggest accident, like it was the biggest accident ever. I didn't mean for it to happen. It just happened. So a couple months ago, I'm never not on YouTube, guys. Like when I say I'm never not on YouTube, I'm always on it. Like it be movies on there that I be watching. Like I got a whole playlist of movies that I be watching on YouTube. Like it's just like a one-stop shop for me, for real. And so I'm always on there. And so somehow I ran up on some C-dramas. If you know what C-dramas are, they are Chinese dramas. And they're in Chinese. they're all in Chinese. But like if you read like the captions of them, that like, they'll tell you like with English subtitles, and you can even go into your settings and switch it to like the different language. Like so like maybe you Spanish and you want to watch it, you can watch it in Spanish. If you Arabic and you want to watch it in Arabic, you can watch it in Arabic. If you want English and you want to watch it in English, you can watch it in English, whatever. Anyway, so that's what they are. And so I have literally become obsessed with them in the worst, absolute worst way I could possibly come up. That's all I do. It's all I talk about. It's all I think about. It's all I want to do. It's all I will do. I will sit in my room upon days, hours, and do nothing but watch these shows. Let me just tell y'all about how it happened. So months ago, I kept, like, you know how like sometimes in your suggestions or whatever things I think you should watch pop up on your YouTube. Like especially if you're watching something, like I love to watch clips from movies. That's what I do. I watch clips from movies, my favorite movies especially. I love to go through that and just rewatch them and just remember what I felt when I watched the scene the first time. I love movies, I love TV, I love all that. Anyway, I'm always down for a good movie. But anyway, one day this particular show started popping up on my line, on my thing. And I kept seeing it, and after a while, I just kept seeing the one clip. So I thought it was movie, so I clicked nothing. Then I realized right away that it was a subtitle. It had subtitles, so I just wasn't interested in watching it at all. So I removed it. So then you know how YouTube remembers when you watch something. It'll keep like bringing up things like it on your timeline or whatever. So it was in rotation, and so not only was I seeing the clip that I had started watching, but I was seeing other clips about the same show. So then I started saving them. So I went back one night, I was watching, and it was actually really good. I liked the show. It was cute. Somehow I run up on the actual series and I saved it, and I have no intentions of watching it anytime soon, but I just saved it. Before I know it, y'all, I'm watching it. And like it is the most heartfelt, beautiful story I have ever seen in my life. Like when I first started watching Twilight, I thought Twilight was just, oh my, I thought it was just everything. Fish Days great, everything. I thought it was everything. I thought it just the best. But these right here on a whole nother level. Right. So the name of the series is called the first one I started watching is called My Girlfriend is Alien. And there is a season 2 is coming. They keep talking about some late August, early September, whatever that means. They need to hurry up. And it's the best show ever. Basically, it's about this girl. I'm call her ex. I can't say her name. And it's about this dude named Fallon. Fallon was in a bad car accident, and he rolled off a cliff, and his car plummeted down. Now, he didn't die. Now, before he died, when his car plummeted and he hit the ground, the girl alien ex, she pulled him out the car, and it was about to explode, but it didn't yet, and she pulled him out and saved him. No, he was already out the car. He flung out the car, and she saw him, and she was healing him, and while she was healing him, the car exploded, and so she shielded him with like an invisible shield, something like that, and saved him. Now that was like a little abdicated on that she had on it was on her necklace, and that was how she could return back to her home planet. Now, when the explosion happened, the piece of the abdicator left the necklace and flew into his mouth or something, and it ended up in his heart. I don't know how that happened. It ended up in his heart. And so now the thing about Furlong is that he has a type of amnesia, and I don't know how long. I'm really not sure how long he's had. I think he's had since the accident, maybe before the accident, but he has a type of amnesia, and it came from a trauma that he had with his child, because he witnessed his mother being killed, not being killed, but die in front. And so their story, like, it starts there, and it's funny, sad, and just like the craziest thing. And that was the first one I fell in love with, y'all. But every time I end one, I start another one. I end that one. Now I watched that drama for about a good 2-3 weeks. I watched it repeatedly, on and on and on and on. I just kept replaying episodes on and on and on and on. That's how I end. After watching it about 2 weeks, I run across the next one. It's called Unforgettable Love. Oh my God. So she's a doctor, he's a CEO, and so was Furlong. Furlong was a CEO too. He's a CEO. And so he basically got into a bad car accident a year prior, and his brother, his sister-in-law, and his nephew was in the car with him, and the car drove off. I guess it drove off like a little mini cliff or whatever. And the girl doctor, she actually hears the baby crying, and she saves the baby. And he remembers her. He remembers the back of her head and the song that she sung to his nephew. He doesn't actually remember her though. I guess he passes out like while she's walking away. Anyway, when it happens, like his brother and his brother's wife died in the car accident, and so he's basically left to run his brother's company and to raise his brother's child. So I have to watch it to see how it plays out. But like, yeah. So that's Volunteer Small was next one for Louis. So it's about this girl. Her name Missy, but her name is Tong. I forgot how you say her name. Tong something, but they call her Smiley or they call her Missy. Now Missy had a boyfriend, and her boyfriend becomes a programmer when they're in college. And so basically when he becomes a programmer, he leaves college and to go pursue his dream of being a programmer. Now he's the reason why she gets into programming. So she get into this programming group called Z. I think it is Z. And she in the house with a group of dudes, and these are some characters, y'all. These dudes, all of them are some characters. Fatty the one that had me dead, because his facial expressions every time. This one is Dating in the Kitchen. Y'all, when I saw this one, this to me, this one was more like a mature one. I mean, My Girlfriend is an Alien wasn't mature, and Smiley, Father Smiley wasn't really that mature, and well, Unforgettable Love, but this was like more grown up ish to me. Dating in the Kitchen was. So it's about a girl. She's a chef and a CEO. Obviously, all of them like CEOs, and they rich. They got money, shmoney. He a CEO, and her, and at first the deal they work out is that she cooked, that she was a chef. He was obsessed with her food before he even met her. Something happens and she gets mad with him, so she do something to his car, and he ends up, instead of calling the police, he says, okay, how about this? You cook my meals for me, and you can earn the money to pay for the damages to my car that way. So they work out this deal. He ended up coming to her house every day for a meal, every day. And at first, it's just like, she's just trying to help him get the money. So she charging him hella money to do it. Then later on, it's more of like, I like you. I like chilling with you. You cool. We're going to keep doing this. And they enjoying it. So after a while, he kind of realizes that he's falling for her. So he started pushing away like they all do. And so he started pushing away from her. And he basically tell her, he said, you done. We don't got to do this no more. he asked her out, and she thinks he's about to confess, but he's not. He's ending it, which I knew he about to do from the way he was talking. He was about to end it, dummy. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. Y'all got to watch. It's so good. Next one, Mr. Crow, Mrs. Crow, and Mr. Lizard. Mr. Crow and Mr. Lizard. So he's a CEO. She is an aspiring. He's a CEO. He's the owner of an architectural company, and she's an aspiring texturer. So she ends up working for him as his assistant, all while going to school too. Now she had a bad accident years ago, and it killed her parents. And it was a setup because her uncle was stealing money from a company that her dad and him worked for, and he was stealing money. And it was about to go public. He was about to take it public because he found out about it through the accounts. And the people that his brother was working with, when he went back and told them, and they plotted to kill them so he wouldn't tell the information. Their story starts there, and how they follow up. It's just, I'm gonna make this a part, so I'm gonna talk about the rest of them in the next one. Comment, subscribe, tell me what you want to see, what you want to hear. And I will do my very, very best to make that happen. And I will see you next one. Bye.